What is a business? What is money? How do I make them or get them? Well, a business is a system for helping people get what they want and what they need. Now let's break this down. All right, so a business is a system for helping people get what they want and need. So it's a system first of all. Right? The business, it's not you, it's not the product, it's not the service, it's not the team of people that's employed by the business. It's not the brand, it's not the culture, it's not the mission or the vision or the values. It's actually all of these things. And a system, it's something more like a machine or an entity or like a living thing, right, that has or does all of these functions, has all these processes, almost like organs that all work together to do something. All right, so a business, it's a system and it's for helping. Okay, it's helping people along. It's not doing it all for them and it's not everything. It's a little piece of the puzzle. It's kind of helping someone along a bigger path in their life. So a business, it provides one step of the process. It helps. It helps someone along a path that they're already on. And it helps people. All right, so who are these people? Well, these people, we call them customers, we call them clients. It also helps the team, right? It helps the team of people that are employed by the business. It also helps the owners. It helps you. Hopefully it helps you to earn value, get paid. And then in the big picture, hopefully it helps the world. Okay, hopefully it makes a positive impact. And it helps other people, it helps you. Zig Ziglar said something great. He said, you can get anything you want if you help enough other people get what they want. Now, this is a brilliant insight because the business, it helps people. And the more you can understand people and their needs, right, the better you can do at making a business. All right, so it helps people get what they want and need. So let's talk about getting for a moment. Because getting, to me, it really means both getting and avoiding or preventing. Okay, you might get something you want, but I mean, let's say a bandage. Okay, a bandage, it might help you get relief from pain or the prevention of infection. And that's getting something. In fact, when you help people get what they want or avoid what they don't want, right, we could call this value. And oftentimes people will pay more to avoid the thing that they don't want. So make sure that when you're building a business, you're really clear about what you're helping people get or avoid. And then we actually use this word what. Okay, they're going to get what they want or want to avoid. Again, businesses usually help people with specific things. Okay, that's what people want. It's much more specific than most people who start businesses think. I just bought some new knives, for example, and I think they're really amazing. Now, I cut up a lot of vegetables and I like to cook a lot, so I wanted to upgrade my kitchen tools. A knife takes a lot of work to make. But when you consider everything that has to happen for a vegetable to grow and then be prepared into food and then be eaten, right? The knife, it's just a tiny little piece of the equation. So I've singled out this word what here for a reason, right? When you're building a business, when you're starting a business, creating products and services, you need to identify what niche, right? What part of the ecosystem, what little tiny slice you're going to be in. And niches are usually, again, these tiny little pieces. This is useful to remember when creating a business. Focus on just one piece of the human experience, like a knife in the whole process of, preparing food and eating. It's one little piece, it's one desire, it's one need. And speaking of needs, right, a business helps people get what they want and need. So what is a need? What is the difference between a want and a need? Is food a need or a want? And then this brings up questions like, is a donut food? To which I might say that it's what I like to call an edible food-like substance, and certainly what I would not call a need, unless you smoke cannabis late at night and the only thing open is the Krispy Kreme donut shop next door, which might explain why they're always open late, now that I think about it. I've had businesses that sell jewelry, right? They help people adorn themselves and look beautiful. I've had businesses that help people in companies do marketing to get more customers. I've had businesses that help human beings, people, to attract romantic partners and have better relationships. I've had businesses that help people to use AI to discover knowledge and to be more effective, right? I've had businesses on many different topics. And by the way, a business is interesting in that it is considered a legal entity in many places, and the entity itself can have value. and in some cases, great value. Businesses are some of the most valuable things that we humans have created. People will pay billions to trillions of dollars for them, so it can be useful to understand them better and to learn how to build them. Now, let's talk about money. Okay, so what's money? Well, money is also a system. Money is a system for helping people to measure and store and exchange value. So let's dive into these. All right, so money is a system. Again, we're talking about a system here. It's not the currency, right? It's not the accounts. It's not the banks. It's the system. Money is a system. And the system is for helping. One piece of the puzzle. It's not everything. We want to avoid confusing money with value itself. The money is just a representation of value, right? It makes doing things with value more efficient, more effective, more simple, right? And again, it's a system for helping people. And we have to remember again, it's people who value money. If you want to understand money and how to get more of it, how to create it, you need to really study people and what motivates them, what's valuable to them. Now, we said it's a system that helps people to measure and store and exchange. So when we humans, when we started trading and we started having stores of resources like food and tools or maybe art, we needed a way to measure the value and exchange the value more simply. We also might want to store the value that we had earned or maybe lucked into without it going bad. You know, if I have a surplus of food that I can't eat right now, I might like to give that food to someone in exchange for an IOU that allows me to get something back later. Okay, and that's the kind of storage dimension. All right, so value. Now we're really getting to something here. So we're back to this idea of value. It first showed up when we discussed helping people get what they want in a business and wanting to both achieve things and avoid things. Now let's remember, when it comes to value, people will do twice as much. They'll pay twice as much to avoid pain and loss than they will to achieve gain or to get something. Yeah, this is Kahneman and Tversky's work with prospect theory. So when we're talking about needs and we're talking about wants and we're talking about motivations and we're talking about value, it's really about helping people get what they want and avoid what they don't want. And remember, people will pay or do twice as much to avoid what they don't want. So in the end, money is a system that helps people get what they want and avoid what they don't want more efficiently. So business and money, turns out they serve related functions. They're both systems for creating and delivering and storing and exchanging value. And this leads to the insight that value itself is a thing worth studying. And getting good at creating and delivering value, okay, this is really some next level life work. And the fun and interesting part is that it doesn't start with business or with money. It starts with becoming really interested at a microscopic level in the little things that people value, the little things that you value, and then helping others and yourself to realize and experience more value. This might start with just asking another person what they love most in life, or what they want to create in their future, or what's painful to them or something they want to avoid or prevent. And then turn on your pattern recognition systems and see, as you're asking people about what they want and want to avoid, see if you can find the patterns. Business and what you might call making money is, in a sense, really just applied psychology. And it's the scientific method. You observe, you try new things, you do experiments, you watch what works, right? You spot patterns, and then you do more of what works. You find a need that a bunch of people have in common that you can understand and help with, and then you just go to work figuring out how to solve it with a product or service, and then you figure out how to deliver it in such a way that it gets people to pay you for the solution. For that value that you're creating for them, you get value in return in the form of money. It's both simple and complex. It's easy and hard, but it's one of the most interesting puzzles I have encountered in my life. Definitely not the most interesting one, but it's up there. And when you study business and money and success, it has the additional benefit of really accelerating your own self-development and evolution, which is why I dig it. Okay, you have to confront your blocks and your limiting beliefs, and you have to learn new skills. It's really challenging. And at this phase of my life, I'm not just an entrepreneur and a business owner. I've also found it interesting and challenging to become an investor and a teacher and a coach and an artist. I find that coaching and teaching, it helps me to understand things at a much higher level, and also it helps me to help others much better. So get out there, right? Start asking people what they want and want to avoid. Learn to create more value, make a product or a service, start a business, learn about money, and learn how to build these skills and these competencies in your life. The rewards go far beyond money. And in a way, they are the way to move beyond your fixation and your problems with money. This is how you move beyond money. Mastering these skills is how you get to the next level. By the way, I've also created several programs where I teach what I've learned about how to succeed in business and with money. And I'll put some links down below so you can get some free stuff. So go check them out, like and subscribe, and I'll send you more good, valuable knowledge soon.